Hello. With the arrival of the spring season, I wanted to try my hand at a spring fragrance video. Spring for most is a time to bring out your brights and pastels, and so the same thinking really goes for fragrances. Myself, I tend to choose warm, heavier perfumes, so spring is a rare time to show my lighter side, as it were. So let's start with this perfume here. You can see it. This is Skin by Trussardi, and it is a very fresh, kind of mossy perfume. Now it's categorized as a chypre floral, and it contains notes like violet leaf, green apple, rosewood, and patchouli, which really come out for me. And it's so fresh, really, it almost feels like a melon fragrance, but there is no melon. It is very nice for spring. Second one, let's go with this popular one, which is Daisy by Marc Jacobs. I'm sure everyone's heard of this one. For me, this is really the season to bring out such a fresh kind of violet leaf fragrance. This one contains very light hints of white woods, and it has strawberries with a very light musk. For me, this is pretty much the only season I could wear such a light fragrance. This is the Eau de Parfum version, by the way, which works a lot better on my skin than Eau de Toilette, which really just doesn't last long and has a weird hint. So if this one's not working for you, try the Eau de Parfum version. Next, let's try this one. Closer. Charms Elysees by Guerlain. Now I'm not sure how to pronounce this, but I believe this is the street that the Guerlain store is on in Paris, which is where they got the name from. And this is a very nice floral, completely floral, and this one's kind of known for its nice lilac note in it. Very nice light floral. There's lots more notes, and if anyone does want a full review on any of these, please just let me know. Another one of my favorites. This one was last year's summer edition. Now it's Alien. It's their Sunessence version, but it's, I think it's D'Or the Amber, so Amber Ore perfume. This one's beautiful. It contains the regular Jasmin fragrance, along with a very nice kind of note of kiwi, because normally their summer fragrances contain a lot of citrus, so normally it's a little too sharp for me, but this one, and for many others, was just perfect. Just beautifully balanced with very nice light undertones. Very fresh, nice kiwi. Next, this is Vetiver Babylone, part of the Armani Prive line. And this one, for me, is not your traditional overly masculine, musky vetiver. This take on it is a very nice, fresh, kind of green, woody aspect of the note. And it is freshened more with some citruses, sweet mandarin, and very lightly spiced with a little bit of pepper, coriander, and cardamom. Very nice green take on it. To me, it almost reminds me of a very deep green tea kind of fragrance. Very nice for spring. Next, how about we go with the Prada. This one's the Infusion Iris, but it's the Eau de Toilette version, which is a lot less strong on the kind of sharp green kind of resin note the other one has. A lot less musk. This one really focuses on the floral aspect of the iris with more powdery notes as well, as like violet and heliotrope. Okay, next let's start with more florals. This one is Today by Avon. It's part of their Today, Tomorrow, and Always line, which is a very nice quality line. You can tell even just by feeling it. Very nice heavy glass. It has more balance to the perfume. This one has main notes of neroli and tuberose and freesia. Now the tuberose comes out very nicely for me in this one, so which is balanced by interesting cactus note and hibiscus with base notes of musk and cedar. Like I said, it's very nice floral with a strong tuberose note without being too heady or too floral. Very nice. Next is the Aqua Allegoria series by Guerlain. And this one is Foliflora. Foliflora for me has a very strong freesia note with a hint of the herbal kind of angelica leaf in there. Softened with a background of neroli and apricot, which I really don't get too much of that, but it's noticeably sweetened a little bit. And also sandalwood and amber are the base. And mostly the freesia, nice floral for springtime. Next, let's go with something from Bvgari. This one is the white tea, or actually their thé blanc, or blanche, really, I think it'd be feminine. And this one has the, of course, prominent note of white tea, with a little bit artemisia, musk, and a hint of pepper and amber for the base. I think tea notes are a great idea for the springtime. They're always very nice, light, and fresh. Okay, let's go with this one, which is Jasmin Noir. And this is their beautiful jewel travel editions. Bvgari has recently really taken off with their Jasmin line of fragrances. And this one is really lightened with, it has jasmine of course, but it's lightened with lily of the valley notes. Lots of citrus notes in this one. Nice cedar also, with a very light hint of patchouli, and this one's sweetened with nougat as opposed to the Jasmin Noir, which has like a nice tonka bean and almond. This one's nougat, which is either pistachios or almonds in a chewy sugar kind of coated squares. Very nice, very spring-like. Also, let's try this one, which is by Yardley. It's a very nice English company, and this one's called Royal English Daisy, of course. And yes, this one does indeed remind me of Daisy. And this one has its notes as a nice green apple note with jasmine, white florals, light musk, and green notes. Now I wonder if the green notes are actually the same as a violet leaf from Daisy, along with other ones. The green apple really freshens it, and it's actually very much like Marc Jacobs, except for this one actually lasts just as long as my Eau de Parfum. This one's Eau de Toilette. Very nice, beautiful. Let's see here. Next is Acqua di Gio by Georgio Armani. Okay, now this Acqua di Gio is categorized as a fruity floral, but it also could be taken as an aquatic, even though it is much more complex than your average aquatic. And let's see here, there's lots of notes listed, 18 and probably more than that they didn't even tell to the public. Mostly I get a nice light spring lily of the valley, hyacinth, peony, jasmine, and are refreshing even more with pineapple, a melon note, citrus, grounded with musk, a vodka musk, banana leaf, cedar, strax, and sandalwood, just to name a few that are discernible for me. And it's just beautiful, very complex, nice on the skin, has a nice clean feel to it, very fresh, and lasts a very long time, especially for such a light fragrance. And last but not least is the Chanel No. 5 Eau Premiere. Now this one smells to me like the No. 5 Eau de Parfum, except for is very much freshened with citrus and bergamot. Somehow even the ylang ylang rose and sandalwood are even lightened with vetiver. It might have more jasmine, which lightens it, with the barest hint of vanilla. And it's just beautiful. It's a beautiful modern take on Chanel No. 5. So as you can see, I use a lot of it. It's one of my favorites, and I'd love to smell it for spring. Okay, so that's one of my first videos, and please, some constructive comments are very much welcomed, and hope you enjoyed.